Oh, hi, I didn't think anyone was filming. As you may or may not be aware, I'm Tim Smith. I'm currently running in the upcoming 2015 LeClaire mock presidential elections on the Democratic ticket, and hopefully through the primaries and into the actual presidential elections. Now, my opponents are probably going to be creating their campaign videos, and they're going to be focusing on slandering or putting bad names on their opponents, trying to make them appear to be the best, but they're not focusing on the real issues. You see, in this upcoming campaign video, I'm going to be talking about the issues and problems that plague our society. Because marks my word, in the long march ahead underneath my leadership, we can create a future society that all Americans would be very proud to live in.
You know, after years of living as a slime monster in a slimy swamp, I've learned that a clean environment makes a happy slime monster. That's why I'm casting my vote for Tim Smith in the upcoming presidential election. He cares about the environment and slime monsters.
The environment. It's quite possibly one of my most cherished things. However, our government hasn't really put the environment first when it comes to a lot of matters. Instead, they put it as a second fiddle to big business. I don't believe in that. Instead, I think that we should focus on green energy initiative and limiting our emissions so that we can follow the patterns of other nations that have decided to limit their own carbon footprint and ensure that the Earth that we live in is one that we can live in for many generations to come.
Hi, my name is Richard. I am a veteran of the United States Navy. Joined up in '69, fought in Vietnam, lost both my arms. And, you know, if I could have done it all over again, I wish I would have had Mr. Smith's healthcare plan. Would have saved me a lot of money. Saved me a lot of money in the care of my arms. And you know what? I think I'm going to go vote for Tim Smith right now.
Healthcare is another subject I hold near and dear to my heart. And while I believe that the Affordable Health Care Act as passed by President Obama was a step in the right direction, I don't think it was a step far enough. I believe that the single-payer healthcare system, as championed by Canada or the United Kingdom, is in fact what the United States needs, because it instead relies on the government to hand out the healthcare needed. So when a person goes to their physician or their surgeons and needs their surgeries done, they're going to be able to afford it without paying an arm and an arm so they can save their kidneys.
Hello, my name is Richard. I just cast my vote for Tim Smith in the presidential election. I would like to inform you that both my arms have grown back as a result of Tim Smith's excellent healthcare program. Inspect these fine muscle contours. The ability to flex is now under my control. The ability to pick things up off of the ground is now in my control. I have so much power as a result of Tim Smith's healthcare program. Thank you, Tim.
Anybody who has seen me in my government AP classes knows that education reform is something that I'm also very passionate about. But when the government limits the amount that we can do by ensuring that we have common core curriculums and standardized testing, we may or may not have teachers that aren't of the best quality, and we in turn limit the amount that our students can actually do. Underneath my leadership, I would ensure that we have a system that allows our students room to grow and gets them the best opportunities that we could possibly make available.
You know, I've seen a lot of trash in my lifetime, but I can tell you with great confidence that presidential candidate Tim Smith is not trash.
Now you might be wondering exactly how we're going to pay for all these reforms that I propose. And I'm going to be frank with you. It's going to be through taxes. Now, taxation is kind of a dirty word in the United States. We're not a huge fan of it. However, in my proposed programs, we're going to be relying very heavily on progressive tax movements, ensuring that we're lending a hand to those that are in lesser sorts of circumstances, and making sure that we institute more equality throughout the United States.
Oh, didn't see you there. Just enjoying my favorite pastime. You know what else I'd enjoy? Voting for Tim Smith in the upcoming presidential election.
Well, comrades, there you have it. My election video. And it was only offering a brief glimpse into the items that I would accomplish during my 4-year term as president. And as president, I would hope to restore the means of production back to the working class of people and ensure that we would have a nation where people were born and stayed equal.
Ah yes, Tim Smith, good with the children. Very fresh and trendy. Humble. Loves to play games with the paparazzi. Oh, Tim Smith, we are not socialists, we promise.